Welcome back to Crime Cuisine. Forget forks and knives. Tonight we deal in espionage. This is the secret at the core, our most explosive case yet. We're in Kyiv, 1971, where a prize dish, the Chicken Kyiv, became the ultimate tool for international treason. We have a world-renowned scientist, a KGB dragnet, and a desperate race against time. The secret wasn't hidden in a briefcase or a dead drop. It was concealed inside the luxurious, buttery heart of the Chicken Kyiv. One man managed to smuggle a vital microfilm of nuclear plans right under the nose of the KGB, using nothing but breadcrumbs and butter. How did the KGB agent miss the truth in a dish he ate every day? And how was the butter used, not just for flavor, but as a secret timer? If you crave the perfect, tense blend of Cold War espionage and the satisfying crunch of a perfectly fried meal, you are ready for this case. Don't let this secret slip away. Subscribe to Crime Cuisine now and join our mission to uncover the frozen truth. Professor Andrei Volkov was a world-class nuclear physicist in Kyiv, but also a double agent working under the code name Lyra. He was under constant surveillance, suspected of leaking sensitive information to the West. He needed to get his final, most dangerous piece of evidence, a microfilm containing schematics for a new Soviet reactor, out of the country immediately. The traditional Chicken Kyiv recipe requires boneless chicken breast, pounded flat, wrapped around a large piece of frozen seasoned butter, then breaded and fried. The core must be completely sealed so the butter melts during frying, creating a hot, liquid center upon cutting. Volkov realized the perfect camouflage, the butter. The microfilm was too delicate to be exposed to the hot oil. Volkov didn't hide it in the butter. He replaced a small, central piece of the frozen butter core with the tightly rolled microfilm encased in a thin layer of specialized, heat-resistant wax imported from a Western lab. This wax looked and felt exactly like frozen butter, protecting the film from the frying process. The challenge was not hiding the microfilm, but ensuring the receiver, a Western courier named the Gardener, received the correct, coded Chicken Kyiv among hundreds of similar dishes. Volkov arranged a dinner party with his contacts, knowing the courier would be present, along with the watchful eye of a high-ranking KGB officer, Major Anatoly Zhukov. Volkov established a system based on the butter's temperature and melting time, a culinary timer. The code. Volkov used two different types of butter for the party. One was standard issue, fast melting. The coded one, containing the microfilm, used a slightly higher fat content and a tiny, undetectable amount of gelatin, slow melting. The receiver's signal. The gardener would observe how quickly the butter started to ooze out of the chicken breast after the first cut. Fast melt, no code, safe to eat. Slow, delayed ooze, coded, the correct dish containing the microfilmed secrets. Volkov's plan was flawless. The code was edible, subtle, and based on the fundamental chemistry of the dish itself. Major Zhukov, suspicious but unable to find physical evidence, attended the dinner party. He watched Volkov, the gardener, and every guest with cold, hard eyes. He even had the kitchen searched, finding only standard ingredients. When the Chicken Kyiv was served, Zhukov watched Volkov closely. Volkov acted casually, explaining the subtle art of the dish. The secret is in the temperature of the butter. A true master knows exactly when the core will yield. Zhukov, confident in his surveillance, allowed the guests to eat. The gardener, sitting directly across from Zhukov, cut his Chicken Kyiv. The butter immediately flowed out onto his plate. Fast melt. He ate it calmly. Zhukov then cut into his own Chicken Kyiv. The butter began to ooze out, but with a slight, almost imperceptible delay. Slow melt. Zhukov, a connoisseur of the dish, attributed the delay to a tiny flaw in the sealing process and ate the entire thing, satisfied that Volkov was clean. He had missed the code entirely. The gardener, watching Zhukov, realized the horrifying truth. Zhukov had accidentally been served the coded dish. The butter timer had been triggered by the wrong person. Volkov realized his grave error. He had accidentally switched the coded plate with Zhukov's plate. The KGB major now had the microfilm encased in the wax inside his stomach. Volkov had successfully smuggled the secret into the highest ranks of the KGB. Volkov's final task was to alert the gardener that the package was in transit with a new courier, Zhukov himself. The gardener, using a prearranged signal, a deliberate cough, alerted Volkov. Volkov acted fast. He went to Zhukov and offered a toast to the chef, distracting him. The gardener quietly retrieved Zhukov's discarded napkin and plate, leaving a perfect replica. The gardener immediately left the party, knowing the only way to retrieve the microfilm was to follow the new, unsuspecting courier, Major Zhukov. Zhukov, having successfully proven Volkov's innocence by eating the evidence, was assigned a high-profile diplomatic mission to Vienna the next morning. Zhukov, the oblivious courier, carried the microfilm of nuclear plans inside his stomach, believing the Chicken Kyiv was just a delicious meal. The microfilm was successfully retrieved by the gardener in Vienna via a medical procedure. The mission was a success, but the method was legendary. Zhukov never discovered his role in the treason. Volkov, the double agent, successfully maintained his cover and eventually defected. The story of the Chicken Kyiv remains a cautionary tale in intelligence circles. Never underestimate the cover provided by a national dish, and always examine the core ingredients, especially the butter. The buttery heart of the Chicken Kyiv was not just flavor. It was a brilliantly disguised, temperature-controlled device used to expose and smuggle the world's most dangerous secrets. Thank you for joining us on Crime Cuisine. The truth is in the taste. The secrets of the past are deep-fried, not forgotten. Subscribe now to Crime Cuisine and join us for the next chilling investigation.